What's up, Nomad Nation? Welcome back to Nomad Gamers. Goddamn, my hair's going all the way.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just fucking up a little bit. This is what happens when I don't brush my hair. But welcome back to Nomad Gamers Podcast. One, you're just probably wondering, why is there only two people today? Well,
scheduling issues.
Scheduling issues, one thing. And then we got to thank you guys for those who are watching us on YouTube. Really appreciate that. I don't know where we're at for
we have two new subscribers.
Two new subscribers. That's good.
Went from
That's good.
24 to
That's good. So thanks you guys for those who are watching us on TikTok or I'm all over the place. Watching us on YouTube. I really do appreciate it for those who actually come to the VODs and watch it afterwards. Thank you so much. Hit that follow button if you are new to the channel. Hit that like button so we know, or hit that dislike button so we can get some sort of feedback. Why is my camera so grainy? My camera seems grainy, but that's fine. But for those who are watching on Facebook, we still haven't hit the 100 follower mark. Once we hit 100 followers, we can start going live on Facebook and we can start extending our reach even more. So if you're new to our Facebook, please hit that like, please hit that follow button. Help us reach 100 followers. So that way we can start going live on Facebook. For those who are watching on my private social medias at Fireball123 across the entire board, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, all the same. Thank you guys for those who are tuning in and watching over there. I really appreciate it. Not only is it some exposure for me, it's exposure for the group. And so I really do appreciate those who sit back and watch. Do I need to cover anything else? No? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
So any news?
I was going to ask you. I haven't been able to play Oblivion yet, but have you?
I've touched it just a tight bit, and I really want to touch more of it. I gotta say, it's as beautiful as the day I lost it. It's glorious. It looks great, and it really is just Oblivion remaster. It's what a remaster should be.
Mm-hmm. You know, just updated graphics.
It's just really, literally, just updated graphics, and I love it. The jank is still there. All of the bugs and shit are still there, and the people are like game breaking bugs, yada yada. I'm not gonna lie, there are certain things like Bethesda's one of those companies where they can have some bugs, realistically, because they add to the experience of the game in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are very frustrating. Others are just like, that's just stupid. Like the way that they, specifically for Skyrim and Oblivion, just the way that you can level up certain skills by, stealthing behind somebody, walking into a wall, anything like that, or fucking jumping into like the archway between the doorway to level up your athleticism. It's stupid, or acrobatics. It's fucking stupid, but it's great. I got that level of jank.
I go ahead and keep going. I just had to text somebody real quick. I apologize.
Sorry about that. So yeah, no, it's just Oblivion. The remaster is great. It's so great even that Bethesda has reported 4 million players in the remaster alone.
Really?
4 million. Now, granted, let's not think this is all profits, because it did release on Game Pass as well for those Game Pass members. So if you have PC Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass, you can just access the game. PlayStation players, or if you bought it on Steam, you bought it. It's $40 though. Like you get to experience. You're gonna get your money's worth. I don't know. For those people who haven't played Oblivion, you're gonna get your money's worth. And for the diehard fans that haven't played Oblivion, it's a fresh coat of paint. It's been a while. I believe it's 20 years old. It's 20 years old.
That's the thing I wanted to bring up. And this is like, I love games getting remasters. As much as like people hate on it, it depends on how old the game is.
Yeah, like Last of Us getting remastered,
You don't need
that's
to
too
get
soon. It's
that's
really
too soon.
soon.
Days Gone remastered, The Last of Us remastered. It's too soon. The Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. Those games are too soon. But you get a game like Oblivion, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter. You get those kinds of games that haven't had a remaster or haven't had anything new in a while. Not only are you going to get the hardcore fans that come back because they enjoy it, you're going to get your money's worth out of it.
Oh yeah, easily. The amount of time you'd be able to put into the Oblivion remake is a little ridiculous. Like you can, it's a worthwhile.
I know it's been remastered before, but getting a Skyrim remaster and the graphics that Oblivion
has, Unreal Engine 5, because specifically it's remastered in the Unreal Engine 5. This is Unreal Engine 5. This is why this game looks like this. It's insane what we're gonna be getting for games that are gonna be using Unreal Engine 5.
I believe the first game ever to use Unreal Engine 5 was Fortnite.
I don't know if they switched to Unreal Engine 5 yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they're either on 4 or they're on 5. I think they're on 5.
I know, Fortnite is, so like Ark, Fortnite, Ark Survival, for those that don't know. Like Black Myth Wukong's on Unreal Engine 5. Like we're getting games that are like that, like coming out that are like on Unreal Engine 5 and they look decent. I know we were gonna have games like Borderlands 4, Mind's Eye is on Unreal Engine 5. The Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be on Unreal Engine 5.
We're getting a new Borderlands, right?
Yeah, I just said Borderlands 4.
I thought so. I'm like, was there a fourth one?
I just said that.
I thought there was a fourth. I thought 4 was already out, but I'm thinking
no.
3.
This is Borderlands 4. This is not the prequel. Because there's Borderlands 1, 2, the prequel, 3.
I got you.
Then there's Tiny Tina's DLC, then the subsequent Tiny Tina's Wonderland game. But Killing Floor 3 is going to be Unreal Engine 4 or 5.
There's going to be a new Killing Floor.
Yeah, Killing Floor 3.
I will say, and I know a lot of people didn't really get to see my tag or my banner that I had. I'm excited for it because I will say this, and I know a console war isn't like we want synchronization throughout the entire gaming community.
We do, however, competition breeds innovation, and that's what we really need in the industry right now.
And right now, the gaming atmosphere itself has been so lackluster when it comes to innovation and it comes to new games that we need a new console war in like the worst possible way, because a new console war would we are, especially with the fact that what Microsoft is doing with Xbox with Game Pass and all the day one games that are going to be on Game Pass, like Doom the Dark Ages, Oblivion's on there. There's a few other ones that are on there that are going to be day one Game Pass. We're going to get Halo 6 on Unreal Engine 5. We're gonna get all these new games on Xbox, and Sony and PlayStation are gonna have to step up and come out with something. But I think they've already announced some games that are gonna be coming to PS5, like the new Wolverine game.
Yeah.
What they need,
Ghost of Yotai.
What they need to do, and this is something that I feel like you and I have been preaching for a very long time. They need to go back and remaster the Jack and Dexter, Sly Cooper. What they need, honestly, Ratchet and Clank. They need to go back and remaster those.
I think they should focus on releasing actual games for their console.
Well,
Xbox is legitimately having games that are coming out and remastering games like Microsoft is for the Xbox.
And that's what
it's not even for just the Xbox, because Oblivion can be played on PlayStation 5.
Every developer needs to. God damn, this keeps bugging me. Let me just see if I can fix that. My hair's just a mess.
Yeah, it is.
What they need to do is they need to do the same thing that Microsoft is doing right now. They release a few games, and they release let's say they release 2 or 3 new games, and then they release 5 or 6 remasters behind that.
Yeah.
And now there's a pool of games that are going to be played.
But the remasters need to be games that haven't been touched in like a decade plus. And I get the statement of decade plus, because if you think about it, the first Last of Us should now be getting its first remastered. Not its third?
They just did a complete series remaster.
Yeah, that's technically a third then. Because they've remastered it to be able to be, remastered for PlayStation 4, because it was on PlayStation 3. And then subsequently remastered it, I'm assuming, not assuming, but for 5. And now they're doing a complete series. Yeah,
you know what they really
too
need to do?
Many remasters for the same fucking game.
You know what remaster I really want to see, but I won't do that because they won't do that because of the fact that they've got their own title for it. The old Spider-Man games.
Spider-Man PS2.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Spider-Man
PS2 needs to be remastered. I feel like that would be a great remaster, but they won't do it because they've got Spider-Man 2020.
And I'm okay with that. I'm actually honestly okay with that, for the sheer fact that they're at least using the IP still and coming up with something new.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you're not going to give us a remaster of it, at least reuse the IP into something good.
But like right now, the remasters that I feel like should be like on the top agenda that gaming developers could do, and this is like, I love the fact that they aren't charging like $80 for the remaster either. It's
they should be 30 to 60. That's the sweet 60 for like the deluxe edition and shit, because that's what Oblivion is. It's $60 for the deluxe edition, or down to 40 for a remaster, because it's you could go play the game, you can get it for cheaper. But this is a remaster, so it's graphically
the games that I feel like
better.
The games that I feel like should be next up on the remaster list: Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. They should remaster the top-down Fallout 1 and 2 into the 3D third-person, first-person style, like that they've had for the rest of their Fallouts. I believe the Jak and Daxter series should be remastered. Sly Cooper,
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. I think, and Microsoft could really do this with what they've got. They should remaster Banjo-Kazooie.
They have already. There already is a remaster.
There is?
There already is. Why are you looking like that? There already is.
Oh, I didn't know if there was or not.
Yeah, no, they've done the complete remaster. That was like 3 years ago. Then they have these not Sly Cooper, but Spyro.
I know they've got Spyro. I've seen the Spyro.
Like they have to be remastering the fucking even what's his name? The crack like badger thing. God damn it! What is the name of that?
Badger?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't, Chungus.
Come on.
What is a crack badger?
The platformer, the platforming. Motherfucker. Hold on, I gotta.
I'm very well lost.
So it's what's his name? Fucking God, Crash Bandicoot.
Oh.
I don't know how else to say it. He's a fucking crack badger
already, though.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I was stating. That's one of the remasters that they've been doing these remasters already. But I just want to see some of the, these are not niche games. These are pretty decent ones in general. But I just would like to see a bit more variety from their remasters. Not the same 3 games over and over again.
I mean, yeah, you're very well right.
PlayStation's legitimately pulling a Bethesda right now. Hey, here's Last of Us for the 5th time. I don't want Skyrim anymore, Todd Howard. Fuck off. Okay, here's Oblivion. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
It's funny. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me to fuck off when I say this, but you know what I would like to see on Unreal Engine 5?
What?
Because it's almost a decade. It's over a decade old now.
What's that?
Destiny 1.
That hurts so bad.
Destiny 1 is like, I think 12 or 13 years old now.
It was in 2014. It
is so 11
years. Oh, that fucking hurts. Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it. Oof. Oh, the passage of time is fucking real. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
but I mean, again, Destiny 1 had great graphics and it was innovative for it being on the PS4. Because I guarantee you, if you would have had it on the PS3, oh, it was on the PS3? Sorry, on the PS3?
It started on the PS3, baby. Well,
Oh.
let me rephrase this. I believe it released for both.
It was probably it probably was like the graphic detail of what Black Ops 3 was for the next gen versus last gen.
No, actually, that actually still looked decent. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the worst. Hey, trust me. As somebody who started on the PS3, it looked decent still anyway.
But again, I would love to like, and this is the thing that I always talk about, and you always discount for what I say when I say this is, when it comes to a remastered game, I want to see the attention to detail and I want to see the graphical upgrades that has. I'm not talking about these newer games where you're not going to see a graphical upgrade. I'm talking about Oblivion, like what Bethesda did. Where
like
it came out in 2006.
Yeah.
Came out in 2006. It's like you look at the screen and you're seeing maybe 100 pixels.
That's an exaggeration, but yeah, I get your point.
And then now with the remaster, there's like several million pixels, and everything looks more smooth and not so blocky or chippy or whatever, and it does a really good thing for it.
I get the point you're trying to make. Sorry, I'm caught up on the semantics of how you said it.
Destiny is 11 years old now. Is that what you're caught up on?
No. The pixel count thing. Anyway, it's not important. I know what you were getting at, though.
I mean, I don't like. I am tech savvy, but at the same time, I feel like I'm starting to become big unk status, where I'm not really with the time of talking about tech and stuff like that. But again, you look at older generation of games, and you look at the night and day difference. Like, here's a big one I would really love to see: remastered 007 GoldenEye in today's graphics. What would it look like?
Dude, I don't know. That's something that's like I don't know how much. There's a certain limit to how much you can actually upgrade something.
Okay, right? How about this? How about
completely redoing?
Tomb Raider PS2.
See, they could. Yeah, no, that's something I could see them remastering like that. See, GoldenEye again. But the thing is, like games that are super old, like just look. For example, looking at the definitive editions for GTA that they released, which were just like resolution upgrades, essentially.
I want to say this, and I want your honest, your hot take about that. We talk about how games 10 plus years old need a remaster.
Yeah.
GTA is not one of them.
GTA 5 hasn't gotten a remaster.
It doesn't need a remaster.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. I agree with you. It doesn't. But again, it hasn't released one either, so it's not even in the contention. GTA 6 is coming out. Why would it need one?
But I would like to see, like, but thinking about it like that way, though, getting a game like Bully or getting a game like GTA 3 or GTA Vice City and remastering that. I'm not talking about the Trio edition, whatever the hell that was.
That's what I'm talking about, the definitive edition.
The hot garbage that was the definitive edition. No, we don't need a remaster like that. They didn't even really do much for that as a remaster.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like
what Oblivion has done is what I think a remaster is.
Yeah. Perfect.
There are games that confuse. There are teams out there that confuse the remaster. Well, not teams, companies that confuse the remaster with the remake, and they just remake the game entirely. Like, I'm just gonna say it, unironically, the remasters for COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, those are remasters.
Yeah,
those are remasters. They're graphically upgraded in a newer engine. They play a little differently. I say a little differently just because of how the FOV works. Nowadays with the resolution, it feels a little different, right? It's going to, but that's besides the point. They're just remasters. Those games play the same. They have the same story. The mechanics are the same. It doesn't change anything basically besides the graphics. Then you have the vice versa of that when they remade the actual they remade Modern Warfare 2019, and then the subsequent Modern Warfare 2, and then the Modern Warfare 3 they released the $70 DLC Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
And those are reboots, those are remakes, whatever you want to call them. Those are genuine true to form, like just changing everything.
I honestly, the only reason I would have gotten the new Modern Warfare 3 was to play the like zombie extract shooter thing that they had.
So it wasn't even worth it.
And even then, I saw things that it wasn't even that good.
Nope. Nah, it's not.
So I'm kind of glad. I'm glad I didn't have to spend $20 on it.
Yeah, it was not worth it at all.
Here's the other thing that like talking, and I know we're kind of, this is us jumping to a new conversation now, so getting off kind of the remaster part of it. The thing I hate the most talking to people when it comes to like FPS shooters and stuff like that or Call of Duty is everybody talks about how great 2019 was, and they have to realize that Modern Warfare 2019 was the beginning of the downfall of the Call of Duty franchise, because the mechanics in the game, although they were new and they were fun, who's the one that made Modern Warfare? Was it Infinity Ward or was it Sledgehammer?
Infinity Ward.
It was Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward started grasping too much at those mechanics. They started grasping too much at Warzone. They left pretty much a new Call of Duty nowadays is just an update for Warzone.
Yeah.
And that's what like really annoys me is when you think nowadays when you think Call of Duty, you think Warzone. But you go back to like 10, 12, 15 years ago when you and I were kids and we heard, oh, what do you think of Call of Duty? I think I'm going to hop into Search and Destroy with my friends and we're going to try to do ninja defuses and have funny moments like that. And now it's like, you can't do that.
I'm going to be honest, you absolutely can. However, the SBMM has become way more aggressive than it used to be.
Modern Warfare 2019 was the beginning of SBMM.
No, it was not. You're factually just incorrect.
SBMM
has been in Call of Duty the entire time. Unironically, it just got aggressive. That's why I said they made it way more aggressive.
Okay, aggressive SBMM. How about I re-say what I was going to say?
Don't just
no,
use
because it
different language entirely. Because you're not, the language you are using is very important because it makes a distinction about what systems are actually in place. SBMM has been a thing the entire time. Don't use SBMM in the same regard that you were going to. Restructure it. It's aggressive. It became aggressive.
But back in like I want to say what Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, games like that, you went off of latency and you got matched with people in your latency instead of people matched in your skill.
They did both. You do understand that, right? SBMM has been in since COD 4. I don't know why people keep literally not knowing that.
Really?
You do understand that, right? SBMM, a form of SBMM has been in Call of Duty since 2007.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like literally my point. Is like it's been in there the entire time. It's just it wasn't as aggressive. It's aggressive more so now because it's trying to cater more toward the play styles that the quote unquote pros, or I say quote unquote pros because realistically it's a dying franchise. Let's be real here. They haven't really innovated much, and they did with Black Ops 6, but then they started catering more towards the Fortnitification of fucking Call of Duty. You know, releasing these $20 skins for just aesthetics, right? The fucking super monetization and anything like
even
that.
Then,
and then reflecting more into like
games.
it's mostly focused on Warzone and like that. Like I want genuine good map designs again. Like I want. I'm not saying the map designs are bad, but like the DLCs those maps were deep. They were great. There's not. In the history of like the early Call of Duties, like say early Call of Duties, I mean like from COD 4 to probably around Black Ops 3, there's not a DLC map that I'm genuinely like, that's just ass. Some of them are not great, mind you, but that's just like they've been genuine good maps. They just add to everything. Nowadays we're getting remakes of a fucking Rust again and again, and it's like, dude, there's no originality with COD anymore.
Well, and this is the big thing that I hate about video games nowadays. Is looking at video games, they stopped catering, or I wouldn't say they stopped catering. They stopped caring about the casual opinion and started focusing more and more when it comes to streamers or when it comes to competitive
content creators. Yes,
mm-hmm.
I will say this again and again. the streaming has legitimately ruined, and this adds into it. It's not just the only thing. It's one of the factors that has ruined the gaming industry as a whole, specifically the competitive market, the FPS shooter.
I mean, look at,
because you have videos coming out that's like, oh, best meta loadout, best fucking perks to use, best strats, this and that. Everybody and little Timmy to fucking the Shroud is like, yeah, you should do this. This is what I use. This is great. This is awesome. So every single fucking person's running around with the best.
This is the game. The games that I love nowadays are the ones where you don't need to have the meta weapon to have fun. Like look at Helldivers 2, for example. You can take whatever you want into fight into combat. You may not be as good as the guy that's running meta weapons, and you might get like berated for not using meta weapons because you're like a dead leg. But it's like, screw you, I'm having fun, I'm gonna use what I want to use, and you can't stop me from doing that.
Arrowhead, I'm so glad they changed direction of where they were doing with their weapon balancing and whatnot, because they've turned it from you needing meta weapons, because there are meta weapons, to the fact that there's no meta weapons. Every weapon serves its own purpose within each faction that you can go against. You have to do the legwork to figure out, oh, this gun's good against bugs, I'm using it against bugs. It sucks against bots, but it's good against squid. So squid and bugs. Use it for those types of factions. Just to give an example, like the Jar Dominator, the fucking bolt action explosive rifle. That's was it Disruptor?
It's the Eruptor.
The Eruptor, whatever. I thought it was the Jar Dominator. Whatever gun. There's a lot of them. But anyway, that gun, legitimately, it sucks. It sucks against bugs because you get swarmed by bugs. They get around you too fast. It sucks. It's great against bots, though.
Have you
perfect
seen
for taking out Hulks? You can take it. No, I haven't seen
the update on the battle map and what's going on in Helldivers. The squids, the bugs, and the bots are only one sector away each from Super Earth.
Oh, that's crazy. So anyway, they've done a good job. They've done a good job of making the balance of like, you can use whatever you want. You can make it work even if it's not meant to work. Like the concussive rifle you can get, the first concussive rifle you can get, it's not good against bugs. You get swarmed too much. It's not great, but it's great against bots, or great against bots and fucking squids. It's great against them. You know? And it's just like the give and take of figuring out what
Ow. But again, like, there are games out there that I thoroughly enjoy playing because, well, you don't have to worry about the loadout. You don't have to worry about the meta. You don't have to worry about like this. You have to do a certain thing in order to at least be good and have fun.
Yeah. Well, I will say the loadout matters to a certain degree, that you need to make sure you're taking effective equipment so you don't get fucked up. Because yeah, you can go ahead and waste the squad's revives and all that shit, but if you're not gonna have fun if you're dying constantly, right? So you want to make sure you optimize your shit for the group you're going against.
But I think the games that have lost their way because they have decided to cater too far to the competitive aspect of their game. There are two games in mind, or two like series in mind that I think about whenever I think of they've lost their way when it comes to how they started. Number one is Siege. Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Number two is Call of Duty. And not necessarily like the solo portion of it, like the difference between campaign, multiplayer, and their third mode, but in the fact of they are catering way too much to Warzone, and the franchise as a whole is suffocating because of just that one game mode.
Yeah. A lot has changed in the direction that Call of Duty is taken because of Warzone. And
because
that's where they get the majority of their players. I'm not going to lie to you. Warzone is popular still, and it's free, so people play it. That's where a lot of the player count comes from for Call of Duty.
But again, I remember seeing an article come out when they dropped Black Ops 6 talking about they were going to stay boots on the. They weren't going to do the heavy, like character customization, like funny skins, and they were going to keep it almost in a serious aspect, kind of like how MW 2019 was. And now you look at what they've got now, and it's like, y'all are really
Jay and Silent Bob, yeah. Like, okay, sure. Nicki Minaj,
like,
or sorry, Cardi. Is it Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
It's Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg,
some wrestlers, fucking stupid. It's a lot of stupid shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And it's like, the only skin I bought in the Black Ops 6, the only bundle I bought in Black Ops 6 was the Weaver Repairman bundle, the Gumball Machine Bundle 1. The one where he's like dressed in all red, he's got like different aspects, he's got different parts of the map on his body, whether it be stickers or like the bus driver head from Transit's on him or something like that. I bought that just because I'm a zombies player and I liked that. But I don't think I'm ever gonna buy any of the other operator skins or anything like that comes with that.
That's the thing. It's like throwing wet spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. And legitimately, there are people out there that will buy the Jay and Silent Bob, just like your type of consumer who will buy the zombies type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're releasing things that people won't potentially buy. Me, I haven't purchased a fucking skin for Call of Duty since 2019, and that was only because, oh, this is a good game, I'm going to support, and there's nothing wrong with supporting a game you think is good. I'm not going to, that's you. Granted, the back 2019, it wasn't ridiculously priced for a lot of these skins. Like
No, it wasn't.
I don't think I bought one for a ghillie suit because I was like, oh, ghillie suits, I love ghillie suits, fuck yeah. I bought that skin,
but
and
now
I bought a weapon
like,
pack for tracers, and that was it. It was like $20.
This is the thing and this is something I feel like Call of Duty needs to do in order to kind of go back to its roots. Stop making big fucking bundles. Yeah. You're gonna get more consumers to buy more stuff if you break down the bundles to having operator skins. Like, you can go in and just pick out operator skin you want to buy. You can buy that operator skin. You want a gun skin that you want to buy, you can buy that. That gun skin.
You can do.
You want to buy a tracer pack? Cool. You can buy the tracers for that gun. Or you can like sell a tracer pack with a gun skin, kind of like what they're doing. But when I go to open up a bundle, I don't want to see $25 bundle. There's a skin, 2 charms, a weapon skin, tracer pack. I don't want all of that. Or there's like 3 different weapon skins in there as well. Like when I bought the repairman bundle for Weaver, it was his repairman skin, a skin for a shotgun, a skin for the M4, and I believe an emote and a couple of sprays, and that was it. And it costed me like $15. I could have just gone with just the skin, just the operator skin. I didn't need the M4 skin that shoots out gumballs when you shoot it.
Yeah.
So like that's my biggest gripe when it comes to any type of like skin that Call of Duty decides to make.
Yeah. For me, I just genuinely am like, this is stupid. I miss, because Battlefield did this too when they released 2042. These specialized operators that you play as, I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass. I genuinely do not fucking care. Because when Modern Warfare, I would say this, when Modern Warfare 2019 released the fucking, and I think that's the thing I did buy actually, another skin technically. When they released the default military skins,
the Milsim skins,
the Milsim skins, I got it immediately. Because I'm like, I love being a faceless soldier. I don't care about being Alex from the campaign or fucking Soap or fucking Captain Price. I don't give a fuck. Let me be some dude, some random fucking soldier. Absolutely. Give me a balaclava and a helmet. I'm good to go. I hate this, like, I'm an operator. It's like, dude, it's stupid because one, target identification is a thing, right? And it's become worse in fucking Call of Duty because of that. Like, genuinely, everybody looks the fucking same. There's no diversity in the fucking the playing field unless somebody has a stupid skin and you see hot pink Nicki Minaj running around the corner. It's like, I fucking, all right, I see that.
Well, and then this is the other thing. This is the one thing that I really loved, and then I'm gonna throw it all the way back to Advanced Warfare. You were able to customize your character from head to toe. You could.
At the back of the Ghosts.
Yeah, but again,
2013 they had that shit.
You could choose what boots you wore, what pants you wore, what exosuit you had, what shirt you had, balaclava, helmet. I feel like they could go back to that. I would be very okay with going back to that.
Pair of fucking pants.
And then the iconic Phase Jev moment happened where he opened up a crate and he's like, a pair of fucking pants. Like that was funny and that was great. And having that kind of customization was awesome. I really enjoyed that. I want to go back to being able to customize the character the way you want.
Absolutely. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Ghost has had the best customization we have seen in the Call of Duty franchise ever.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you literally could create your own soldier, which was just a soldier. You can dress him up however you wanted. So if you wanted to go specialized operator, you could do that. Or if you wanted to go generic soldier, you could do that. You could
do that in Advanced Warfare too. The only thing with Advanced Warfare is you could have access to all the story people as well. You wanted to play as Gideon, you could.
Same with Ghost. That's my point. Ghost did it first. That's why I'm saying Ghost, because let's recognize game recognizes game. They did it first and they did it the best. Because unironically, Ghost, you could go down. I don't know if you could do it I think you could in Advanced Warfare. I'm not 100% sure. But Ghost started with you could literally choose how your soldier looks, not in terms of just customization of like clothing and whatnot.
But the thing is,
their actual face.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Ghost had much better customization when it came to anything because you could choose what dog you wanted for your kill streak, like your guard dog. You could have a wolf, you could have Riley, you could have whatever. You could choose who you wanted as your announcer. I remember you could have Snoop Dogg, Gunny, I forget.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, Lee
Emery. Yeah, I think is his name. You could have anybody from the story if you wanted to. You could Ghost was amazing when it came to its customizations, and I wish we could go back to that. I don't like the fact that you make us choose what operator we want to choose. That was the thing that annoys me the most when it comes to Call of Duty. Not one thing annoys me the most, but it annoys me because it's like I would rather you make, and even then, put them behind supply drops. If you want to make a little extra money on it, put them behind supply drops.
No, fuck that. Never again. No. Let me buy it outright.
Hold on.
No, let me buy it outright. I will willingly spend money on the things you will let me. If I want it, I will buy it. So let me buy it. Don't lock it behind loot boxes or anything like that, or supply drops. Who cares about that? If they said, I would rather pay $10 for the thing I want than $5 or $2 per chance of getting it out of a pool of items. They would make way more money. I know, and the gambling is a whole thing for people. They would make more money off the supply drops. Absolutely.
I'm a gambling addict, all right? I would rather gamble for it than just buy it outright.
I would rather buy it outright. It's the reason why loot boxes. It's literally why I stopped playing Black Ops 3. I legitimately was like, I hate the supply drops, and they're releasing pay-to-win guns out of this. Whatever.
Well, and that's the other thing is, if they do supply drops, and this is the one thing that really fucking annoyed me when it came to Black Ops 3. It first just started off with skins, operator skins, gun skins. That's what it started out with. And then they started adding DLC guns into it, and then it became pay-to-win. And then you needed, you'd spend $50 to $100 on supply drops trying to get the gun you wanted. No, don't do that. There's no reason to do that. If you're gonna have supply drops in a game, or if you're gonna have some sort of loot crate or gambling mechanic in the game, when it comes to that, cosmetic only. Lock or even then lock operators behind it. Be like, oh, you play the campaign. Let's say they make another Modern Warfare. Okay. Oh, I want to play as Soap, but Soap is locked behind the loot crate. So now I have to, if I want to, I can spend the money to try to get it, or I can play the game and unlock them that way.
Yeah, like Halo Reach did, or Halo 3. You play Halo Reach. Probably, honestly, has some of the best customization in the entire industry.
Halo Reach. FPS. I would say the MCC has the best customization.
I mean, yes, the MCC, but those in and of itself are still legitimately
individual Halo game. Yeah, I get it. It's individual Halo games, but then, even then, they have them locked behind battle passes. You play the game, you do challenges, you unlock tokens, you then can go on and unlock that armor piece.
You don't have to pay any money for it. You literally just play the game.
Yeah, and I feel like they would get a lot more. Not only would they get a lot more people having playing time, because I honestly, I would like to see what the average playing time for Call of Duty is now. Without Warzone. Let me just state that. Without Warzone, what is the average playing time for somebody playing Call of Duty?
Oh, 2-3 hours. Given that they're dedicating time to playing Call of Duty, matches are typically 10 to 15 minutes if you're playing TDM. Objective game modes may take longer or shorter amounts of time, just depending on skill levels, but default is 10 minutes a match. You can get in about 6-8 matches in a session. Most people, statistically, that's what most people do. They'll sit there for about an hour, play the game, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah,
they're playing. If we were talking about when we were kids, it would legitimately be on the weekend. It'd be like all of Saturday from fucking noon to midnight playing Call of Duty. You're sitting there for 12 hours playing Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of games to play.
I remember.
Oh, we're playing multiplayer. Switch to zombies. Play zombies for a little bit. Then switch back to multiplayer. We're playing TDM. Then we go to S&D. Then we go to fucking Domination. Then we go to fucking Headquarters. Like, I miss the old Call of Duties, man.
Do you miss the old Call of Duties because because of nostalgia and you love playing it, or do you miss it because you were carefree and didn't have any responsibility?
Nah, it's because of playing the game. That shit was hot. That was awesome. I fucking loved playing Call of Duty, dude. I love Black Ops 2. Fair. So I was like, every remastered, that would be great. I would love a remaster of Black Ops 2.
And that's another thing that I feel like Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer are failing on, is they could remaster one of their older games, let it be Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, 2008 or 2007?
Modern Warfare 3 is...
Or it was 2010. 2011.
Black Ops 1 is 2010.
World at War, Advanced Warfare.
So I would say this. I honestly genuinely would rather than them remastering some of these Call of Duties, would just rather them turn the servers back on for them. Because everything's there. They can update it, sure. And I think they did test that out with the COD 4 remaster, which it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was decent. But
I didn't like the COD 4 remaster because I remembered how many people run around with Juggernaut.
Legitimately, and that's legitimately how it was back then. It's just you ran Juggernaut, you ran stopping power.
When you were trying to snipe and you headshot somebody, and all of a sudden you just hear Juggernaut, and you see the Juggernaut logo, and you're like, I am about to throw my controller at the wall.
You either ran Juggernaut or you ran stopping power. That's how it was back in the day. But legitimately, fresh coats of paints are nice, but for some of these Call of Duties, like even when we're getting into like Advanced Warfare, like they don't need a graphical update at all. Realistically, they look okay enough. Turn the servers back on. I think for first-person shooters, there's a potential. There's a potential increase in the time it should take from remasters, because
this is the other thing that I find myself doing a lot is I find myself going back to the older games and playing the older games more than I'm playing the new one.
Yeah, especially with the backwards compatibility of Xbox. Yeah, it's really fun.
Like
it just
I honestly,
it scratches an
I
itch.
I would love to sit down with you and play all the old style. Like I would love to run through all the extinction maps with you and complete all the extinctions maps. I would love to sit down and play through all the survival maps or play through all the like spec ops missions or do a starting at Black Ops or
What?
I would say Black Ops 1 for zombies, but go through chronologically and complete all the Easter eggs with you.
Oof, that's a lot of effort. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know, but like
that's all. You said Easter. You threw Easter eggs in there too. I'm like, ugh, God. Because
whether we just
big
play
zombies
a game, either we just play a game on each map, including Dead Ops Arcade, or just go through and try to do a one shot.
Here's the difference. You're the zombies guy. I don't care for zombies. I genuinely don't. It's not my cup of tea. I care about the campaign more than anything, and then multiplayer as an after fact. The zombies for me was like it's fun every now and then. You are the one who enjoys zombies so much.
This is the thing, and this is why I think I don't like today's zombies when it comes to like Cold War and Black Ops 6 and stuff like that. There was a factor of randomness when it came to playing zombies. You weren't going to have the same game over and over again. You didn't spawn in with your favorite weapon. You didn't have the like upgrade system where you could upgrade your gun from gray to green to blue to purple to gold. You didn't have the triple pack-a-punch system where you increasingly over time your gun got powerful. Every time you pack-a-punched your gun got even more powerful. You had to pray that you were going to go up to the mystery box and you were going to land a wonder weapon. Or you had to be skillful enough to be able to train and not go down because you didn't have the wonder weapon and the person that had the wonder weapon was incompetent. Like, I love the older zombies just for that fact, and that's why I loved zombies. It was always complete randomness.
So you didn't like Black Ops 3 zombies?
I did.
That's when you started to get towards Gobblegum, making it easier for you to do things.
But I didn't use Gobblegum.
See, and that's my point. In the newer Call of Duty, you don't have to use any of that. Start with no weapon. Go to the mystery box and hopefully get a wonder weapon.
Right, but you could still you could still get a gun from the box. Like, let's say I'm running fists or I'm running a knife, right? I could then go to the mystery box. Let's say I pick up an MP5 out of the mystery box and it's green. I don't have to change it out at that point.
You don't, not for a while. My whole point in stating this is I get the reminiscing of like it used to be harder. It should go back to that. Zombies is more popular now than it was back then. You understand that, right? And it's because it's more accessible. I
understand the fact that they are removing the old guard from, like, they're removing the old players because they're like, we have to evolve with today's times in order to stay relevant. So we don't really care as much as what the OG players think about the game. We're trying to cater to the new players. Therefore, if they want it easier, they can have it easier. And like you said, if I really wanted to, I don't have to follow the game mechanics. But at the same time, it's like, am I going to be the old head that gets into a game with everybody that's using the same mechanics? And I'm like, nah, screw this. I don't use those mechanics.
Yeah. If that's what you want, yes. That's the
beauty
about
I'm
what you want in the game.
I'm the dead leg now when it comes to like, oh, we want to do the Easter egg, or oh, we want to.
But
and I had no problems. The other thing is, I had no problems when it came to Gobblegums. The Gobblegums were a unique innovation, and they weren't so overpowered that made your game broken.
Some of them were, absolutely.
Like, okay, maybe crate power, maybe wall power. Those were perkaholic. But the thing is those were increasingly rare to get. Nowadays, in like Black Ops 6, all you have to do is play, especially if you're on Double Gobblegum Weekend or something, where all you have to do is like make it to round 5 or 10 and you automatically get a Gobblegum each time. And then they all are equal. You equally have a chance on any Gobblegum to get whatever you want.
Yeah.
I remember I have over hundreds of. I mean, they still have a rarity scale to them, but it's so much easier to get a gobblegum now than it was getting Black Ops 3 gobblegums, because you had to get like a vial of liquid divinium, and then you could spend that vial on a chance to get something. It's not you reached a certain round, ta-da, here's a gobblegum. Oh, you got Perkaholic now.
I just like the fact that they are catering more towards casual players. See how that works, though. See how that works, though.
It was still casual, though.
Speaking from somebody, hold on. Speaking from the perspective of somebody who didn't like zombies, zombies was definitely not as casual as it is now. It was not casual. If I wanted to play zombies, I had to, hold on. Speaking from the perspective of somebody who didn't play it all the time, if I played zombies, I would have to actually lock in and try.
No, you didn't.
I did. Yes, I did. From the perspective of people who didn't play zombies is what I'm saying. You're somebody who watched all the YouTubers who played zombies a shit ton yourself, so you knew the strats, you knew how to do things all the time. You're essentially equating it. You're like one of the
You're cutting out. Hold on.
Legitimately, you are quote unquote one of the pros. If you get my drift there.
I mean,
so
I
legitimately,
get
the fact that they have made it more casual friendly, I enjoy that immensely. They're listening to the casual players for zombies. They should do that for multiplayer as well.
Look back, but here's what I'm trying to say: is look back at the original zombies. Look back at Black Ops 1. Look back at Black Ops 2. Hell, you can even say the same thing for Black Ops 3 with certain maps. You could either camp and see how far you could get in that one spot. You could try to train. If you wanted to just try to see how high around you could go, you could do that. If you wanted to do the Easter egg, you could do that. You didn't feel, and this is the thing that I have, this is the problem that I have with zombies nowadays is I feel like in order to actually reach high rounds, you have to progress through the Easter egg.
No, you don't. That's if you're doing guided mode. Unguided, you just go.
No, but that's yeah, but the thing is you have, what I'm trying to say though is like looking at
to access Pack-a-Punch and unlock the map for
or Citadel de Mor, or this new one where you could get the Mark II. But if you wanted the variant to the Mark II, like let's say you wanted the shotgun variant, you then have to actually move through you have to move through this Easter egg and get so far to get that variant unlocked, because you have to craft it.
Yes, and that's a part of it being more casual. That way the casual player can access all of the equipment that they can while still doing the Easter egg too.
But again, looking at I just want to go high round. I don't want to have to worry about having to craft anything. I could get lucky in the box.
If you cannot do that. Casual,
you cannot do that in the newer games, because if you want, like, let's say I want the strongest wonder weapon as my backup, one of my backup primaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the strongest weapon in this game, let's just say for Citadel, the strongest weapon is I would say Void Sword or the Solar Sword. You then have to do the steps towards the Easter egg to get it unlocked. And then once you get that stuff unlocked, you're already like sitting here going, I've already got half the Easter egg done. I might as well just complete it.
Yeah. That's, again, from casually playing, unlocking bits of the story while you play, while being casual about it. And I'm saying this in the same way that's like, you don't have to actually try that hard. That's what I mean by casual, because that's the same language we use for multiplayer being casual.
The thing is, and this is like, I hate and I don't hate the fact, but I don't see the fact I'm using the whole casual versus pro when it comes to a third party mode like zombies or extinction or survival or something like that, is because you didn't feel like and I understand it varies from person to person, but I didn't feel like I had to lock in when it comes to that. I feel like I could kick up my feet, I could turn off my brain, and again, It might just be because I have over 10,000 hours in zombies.
Easily. That's the exact reason. No. That's my point. That's the exact reason. And I'm glad you used that language because it is different from person to person. Just like for us, this game, the multiplayer is not as casual anymore for us, right? But we don't have thousands of hours in the multiplayer like some of these other YouTubers do, or other people who just play this game more often than we do. That's my point in saying that, maybe it's just we're getting phased out, and that's okay. If they want to make the game not for the gamers that started it all, that's perfectly fine for them to do. Companies have been doing that for a very long time.
And I think this comes back to what I say about the whole remaster program is if companies want to make money. At the end of the day, it's about making money. However, that they also want to cater to a certain game base. Okay, cater to that game base, but at the same time, don't leave the older generation out that enjoyed playing the game before, because that's how some games end up losing it all, is because they factor out way too many people, and then they're like, man, this game sucks now. Go in, remaster give us one of the older games, like let's say remastered Modern Warfare 3 or remastered Black Ops 2, make it a $30 game. You're still making money off of the remaster because they're going back and buying the game, and then either make a deluxe pack where we can get all the DLC included, or make a standard pack and then have like $5 per DLC.
Yeah, I can see the sentiment with that, but the thing I'll say is that it has proven time and time again it's easier to get new customers than it is to keep the repeat ones. Why would they ever change off of what is working currently?
Fair.
I mean, legitimately, depending, and I mean this specifically for FPSs, more specific competitive FPS, not counting battle royales or extraction shooters. That's a whole different ball game. I mean, specifically for games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, it's easier to cater towards newer players because it's the next generation of players you can bring in to have play your game. Like with Warzone, the development of Warzone, they got in on the battle royale hype at the time that they did, garnered new players from other battle royales and just a new generation of people coming up to play COD, and they went with it. It's proven that it's worked, and they're going to keep going with it because it's proven that it's made them enough money that they're going to keep doing it. And to say that they're like not caring for the older players, they don't necessarily just throw them to the wayside. They do consider them because they want to still they want to retain players as well. But it's getting to the point of maybe we're just getting to that age, right? You think about it, our parents, our friends that are older than us in general, they stopped playing Call of Duty a long time ago. They stopped playing FPS. Hold on, they stopped playing FPSs a long time ago because it wasn't catering towards the older generation of players.
And I like that you say that it doesn't cater to the old generation, but games back then, they did cater to both the old generation and the new generation. Because I remember, and you and I used to be a part of the same gaming group, we used to have guys as old as 40 playing video games with us. We were like 11, 12 years old, and the gaming group consisted of...
Not me. Nope. I played with people who were teenagers or in their 20s.
But like
I wasn't in the circle for
my GTA 5 group was we met up in a normal server, they were like, God, you're some annoying ass fucking squeakers, but they were like, you know what, you're cool anyway, you can come, like, let's go play a deathmatch together, let's go do some races together, you all are actually pretty cool. And then we built a game group around that where we had people as young as like 13, but as old as like 38.
And what games did you guys play regularly? Was it GTA? Because GTA is not something that is kicking out older players.
GTA, Black Ops 3, Battlefield 4, I believe, Rainbow Six at times. And the last time we all played Rainbow Six together was during the Outbreak event. And we love the Outbreak event. And
That's my point. That's my point exactly. As we got further away from the time you first listed of like 2011, GTA 5, 2013, as you got further on the years, you guys stopped playing together.
Because they hated the games.
My point exactly. It's that it's literally you literally just proved my point of that.
I know, but the point that I'm trying to make is that older games catered to everybody. It wasn't just we're gonna move the old guard out and we're gonna bring in the new players. It was everybody loved the same game.
That's not true. That's not true at all. Legitimately, even in my just speaking from experience, even from my own family, I have people who are now 50, 60 years old, pushing damn near 70, who stopped playing games like Call of Duty a long time ago. It's just not for them anymore. And it's becoming not for us anymore. Because look at it this way. People who are older, and I don't mean people in their 30s, right? I mean mid 30s, early like 40s. Yeah, because we're still young comparatively. But even then, we can start to see that it's maybe not for us. We're being moved more towards single-player games or co-op games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. That you see that, and there are the pros out there who are still like they're late 20s, early 30s. But even then, they're starting like, I'm going to retire. There's a certain age of where you just age out of first-person shooters. I say age out in the sense of like being hyper competitive, being god tiered, right? Because I mean, I feel like Shroud, like, and there's a give and take too. There's some nuance there because people like Shroud are just built different. He's legitimately just built different. His aim is god tiered aim. On top of his aim, he has great game sense. That's not something you can just fucking get rid of, even with age. Like, he has great game sense.
You got hyper, like hyper competitive shooter creators like this that are like that bitch, moan, and complain about anything and everything that comes to that game, and then you've got content creators that are like the Russian Badger that shit post and like have fun with the game regardless.
Exactly.
And it's like,
but that's not catering towards.
We're moving away. We're moving away towards the people who go in there, have fun, make funny moments, bring their friends, and just make a mockery of the competitive side of it because it's funny, because everybody's getting too serious nowadays, and they're moving away from that whole let's try to have fun to let's make it very competitive, like we have money on the line for it. Like I just set up a $1 million parlay on this game, and I need to get these stats, otherwise I lose the money.
Yeah, no, I mean, but the thing is, like you say, like they're moving away from having fun. The fun is whatever you make of it, right? You can go into these hyper competitive games and stick around still. I did it for Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. You think I was trying? I knew exactly what type of sweat fest that was gonna be.
I mean,
I started fucking around with the shotgun, using the knife only. Again, I wanted to have fun, so I did what I thought was gonna be fun.
I mean, I can't really say much considering the domination, just cooking a grenade and running in.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You hold a grenade, you just run around, boom, explode, suicide bomb. That's the thing. You make the fun out of what you are there for, because you can still have fun with it. There are certain games you just can't do that with, like Extraction. The one life type of games, you just can't do that with, because you fuck around, you fuck up, then you're just sitting there not playing.
Yeah, fair.
So it just depends on the type of game it is now. So like the super competitive, like single life game modes and everything like that, no, you really can't. But unlimited lives, score based game modes, you still can. It's still there. You just got to do it.
I remember one time when we were doing that shipment thing and I did that, I ended up with like 300 deaths but over 100 kills, and I was top of the leaderboard.
It's just, again, stupid fun.
But I think we're running out of time here, and so we gotta be getting off
here.
With that being said, if you want to give me full screen when you get a chance, I don't really have much planned right now. Planned for a stream on Tuesday. Don't know whether we're going to do Schedule 1 or maybe Baldur's Gate, or I don't know. I want to try to find people to play with, but being on a third shift schedule and being up when everybody's at work, I don't really have people to play video games with, so that's kind of hard for me. Weekends are still packed. I know we talked about starting like a group gaming, but we still have to kind of wait for Godfather to get back on that, which he should be coming home soon in May, I believe is what it was. May 10th is I think what he was supposed to come home for. But when he gets back, we'll try to start working on doing a group gaming thing together. But with that being said, I've got nothing else. So take it away, Chungus.
Hi, hello there. So, I really have nothing on the docket as of now. I have a couple things still in the works, but it's not really worth mentioning until they get closer towards when I can actually upload them. Kind of savoring the news until like the last moment, essentially. Not the last moment, realistically, but like give you a week advance of like, oh, this is going to be coming out. I have this close, closer to when it actually gets done.
Just drop it the way they dropped Oblivion.
Dude, if I could and still get the amount of attention that Oblivion did, absolutely I would. Stealth drop it just the day of. Like, hey, here you go. But yeah, I'll keep you guys informed on what content will be coming your way here shortly. But other than that, I have nothing.
Let's take it out, shall we?
Yeah.
You guys know who I am. I don't really need to.
They're coming for him.
Yeah, they're coming for me. I didn't do anything wrong for my man.
Free my boy.
You don't. You know who I am. I don't need to say my name because I get made fun of every single time. But thank you guys for joining Gnomad Gamers podcast. I'll talk to you later.
This is Kaiser Chungus. You may know who I am, but I'm still gonna tell you. Ciao.